What's up, interwebs? My name is Che Cantrip, and this is 300 Seconds to Clear, where I play the first hour of a game and give you my first impressions in 5 minutes or less. That being said, let's start the clock. So full disclosure, I began with the intention of just playing this game for an hour and ended up playing all night. I cannot put it down. So there will be info on this game that spans well beyond the first hour, but I'll get you the gist in 5 minutes. Food Fantasy is part Gacha Hero Collector and part Restaurant Management Sim. You wouldn't think those two things go together very well, but oh, they do. Let's start with the familiar part, the hero collecting. The game revolves around food souls, the spiritual embodiment of different food items. Let's just stop there because this is really what holds the game together. First of all, it's just really creative. I know it's been a popular trend to humanize literally everything. White blood cells, Tide Pods, the planet Earth, they make cute moe characters out of everything. However, it always amazes me how people can take mundane objects and turn them into adorable human characters. Same here. Every time I see a food item for the first time, I kind of geek out. I've never geeked out over a hot dog before. This is the element that makes the hero collecting part really satisfying. The food motif doesn't stop with the individual characters. You have a 5 food soul team. We say team, but you're really making a meal. Certain foods interact by giving each other access to linked skills, which replace their special abilities if they're on the same team. These are usually much stronger versions of these special abilities they already have, and this adds a really nice element of team synergy. For example, milk combos with black tea, giving them both a linked skill. Coffee gains a linked skill from being on a team with milk, and chocolate gains a linked skill from being on a team with coffee. Add tiramisu and you have a pretty flavorful team that's fully linked. Now, early game, it's more important to have higher overall team score than linked skills, but late in the game, it's good to have control over the timing of your skills. In addition to linking foods, there are also 4 different character classes. There's melee damage, magic damage, tanks, and healers. Each food has its own unique abilities, which may be a stun, shield, backstab, AoE attack, etc. Balancing these aspects can make for some pretty interesting team building. Now, combat is largely an auto-battler, however, you're wrong if you think you're just going to build a team and then AFK. You have 2 talents you can use during battle, which are basically just skills that you as the player carry out instead of your food souls. I'm personally fond of Barbecue Feast, where you just reach in and light the suckers on fire. There are entire skill trees for damage, support, and control talents. There are also weather hazards, like having to break your heroes out of ice on frozen zones or fog, which makes the enemy immune to skills for a few seconds. Plus, these little demons that you have to tap before they heal your enemies. Also, bosses have these big abilities that you can interrupt or weaken if you tap in time. These abilities are significantly damaging if left unchecked. It can get pretty hectic managing all these things, but for the most part, it's just about careful planning and timing. You may be asking, what does food have to fight anyway? Well, you're a master attendant, a master chef, restaurant owner, food soul master in charge with protecting humans from fallen angels. What's a fallen angel? Sometimes there are other foods or spookies from Japanese and Chinese folklore, but the very first fallen angel you meet is bulimia. Yes, the very first major enemy you face is the physical embodiment of an eating disorder. Now don't worry, you're not going to be squaring up with a bunch of eating disorders. This is the only one that I've seen so far. It definitely makes for an interesting world and story. The narrative isn't anything groundbreaking or special, but it's so unique that I found myself wanting to know more about the world or what was going to happen. I didn't end up skipping any dialogue, and after the first few levels, they really back off on the dialogue altogether, giving you only a story mission every account level or so. Now into the restaurant side. The food souls that aren't with you on your battles are left behind to run your business. As you unlock different ingredients by clearing zones, you can use them to develop different dishes to sell to your patrons. You can level up and redecorate your restaurant, as well as your restaurant is your main source of money. Need gold to level up that food soul? Get to cooking. You also have to manage stamina for your restaurant staff because they do get tired waiting tables for you. Every once in a while you'll have a dine-in dasher you'll have to defeat in the restaurant, or there are several different tasks to give you bonus cash. There's also a tip shop where you can buy shards to save up for new food souls. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. There are exploration missions to gather materials to level up your restaurant, a survival type dungeon, PvP matches, team up matches, an airship you can load up stuff and send off for extra materials and ingredients. You can send your souls off to complete delivery missions. Later on, you can actually hatch your own fallen angels, as well as several events to take part in. Early game, it can seem like you're just grinding it out, but the more you play, the more the game rewards you with things to do. I'm currently level 30, and I can play all day without running out of things to do. And like I said, I can't put it down. But it's not about me, it's about you guys. Will you be giving it a shot? If you did, what did you like or dislike? Let me know down in the comments below. Also, if there are any other games you want me to take a look at, let me know. I'm a small channel, so do me a favor guys and caress that like button a little bit for me. I'm out of time. Thanks for watching.
そう